Welcome back. In this lecture, we are diving into one of the most fundamental building blocks of programming, Booleans and conditional statements. Now, if you are coming from a C# or .NET background, which I'm sure most of you would be, you are already a pro at this. You live and breathe if statements, curly braces, and Boolean logic. You know that decision making is everything, whether it is checking if a user is authenticated, validating input, or directing application flow. In data science, this same logic is the key to unlocking insights. How do you filter a dataset for transactions over $1,000? Like, how do we create a new category of customers based on their age? The answer is conditional logic. So Python makes it incredibly intuitive and readable using simple if, elif for else if, and else statement. Let's see how it compares to what we already know from C#. So, just like C#, Python has a Boolean data type that can be one of two values, true or false. So, in Python, the T and F are always uppercase, true and false, as opposed to C# lowercase, true and false. Okay, so let's see an example by going to our Visual Studio Code. So, I'm reflecting what I'm saying orally on this slideshow. These are the bulleted points. So in Python, conditionals are written using if, elif, and else. And no curly braces, remember, use only indentation. So I have opened the Booleans and conditional folder, another dedicated folder that I have created for this lesson only. And let's create a file. A new file, a Python file. So we'll test Boolean test .py. Don't forget to put the py extension. Okay, so this is a Python file. So in this example, I will be checking the type. Okay, so what is the type of true and false? So I'll just paste over this code, save it, and bring back our good old terminal window. Control with backtick, control plus backtick combination. I've got this terminal window which is just opening right into this folder, and then I give it a command. So what is the command? If you remember from the last few lectures, it starts with Python. If you guessed Python, then you guessed correctly. So Python, now this is the file name, Boolean test.py. See, class bool. Alright. Now, as I was telling that Python, the capitalization, true and false are always uppercase. So let's try with lowercase, just for the sake of it, just for an experimentation. True. So it doesn't allow you to compile true. True is not defined. Okay. And similarly, false will not be defined. So you cannot do it. Now let's go over to our slideshow. What next? So this slide is about Python's bool, a familiar friend. The values true and false in uppercase is Python's way of looking at the things. Unlike the C# where, the Boolean value could be true or false, but in lowercase. Alright, so let's go for an example by looking at C# code. Now, this is an example on Boolean test.py. It's prepared. Now, Python. Boolean test.py. So class is bool, and both for true and false both have this class bool. They belong to Boolean class. Alright. So Python type class bool. Okay. And there is another truthy and falsy concept. Truthy is non-empty, non-zero, and non-null. And falsy is 0, 0.0, empty string, empty set, empty list, and none. There is a core concept in Python that feels a bit different from C#. Alright, so it's not just false that is considered falsy in a conditional check. Several other values are also treated false by default. Those values that are treated false are this number 0, 0.0, an empty string, an empty collection like a list, and empty dictionary or none. Everything else is considered truthy. This allows for clean and Pythonic checks. For example, to check a list that has data in it, you don't need to check its count. You just check the list itself. So let's go back to our Visual Studio Code and look at this list check. Alright, it's a very easy snippet to understand. Data points is empty list, and if data points, then print processing data. If it is not empty, then else no data to process. So to run this, no data to process because it's an empty list. Okay, this is a pair of square brackets is an empty list. Okay, empty square bracket is empty list. Now is the turn of conditional statements: if, elif, and else. Okay, so Python uses indentation instead of braces. Elif is Python's else if corresponding in C#, and we'll see an example of an edge category check. Flipping over to Visual Studio Code, I've got these two snippets, age category.cs and age category.py. Now, at this moment, it will be good to remind you, if I haven't told you earlier, that you can test the C# script with the C# extension or CSX extension. Both will work. Okay. So if you write age category.cs and if you run this int age 15, 25, age is less than 13, console.writeLine child, if less than 18, console.writeLine teen, else adult. Okay, so this will be an adult. It will write on the console adult. So let's write the .NET script for this. The .NET script, this is age category test. Okay. Rather age category. .cs. So CS file extension is also equally valid for .NET script to run, which is easier to remember. So henceforth I will be using CS rather than CSX. It takes a little bit of time. Adult, that's what we expect because the age is 25. And if we run the Python, the correct script is Python script. So adult. Okay, so there we go. Python and C# corresponding C# version build the same. Adult. Next we come to the comparison and logical operators. So there's the next slideshow. Now equals is equal to, not equals not equal to, greater than and less than, greater than and less than. And these are the comparison operators in Python. See the absolute similarity with the C# comparison operator, greater than equal to, greater than, less than equal to, and logical operators in C# and both true, and or is either of them true, this is the or symbol, and not is invert of boolean, that is not operator. Okay. Now before using this user authentication example, putting it all together, we'll go back to our previous slide and we'll apply this knowledge of logical operators in Python and C# to a data-centric example. Now imagine we are filtering a list of candidates based on their experience and skill. So here I will create another file, Python file. This I can call anything data-centric. Say for example data-centric test or data-centric example .py. Alright, and to this Python file I use this code. So years of experience is file, no SQL true, Okay, this is a boolean and this is an integer. If years of experience is greater than 3, now here it is 5, and no SQL, print candidate meets basic criteria. Okay, proceed to the interview. Access granted. And else candidate doesn't meet basic criteria. So what do you expect here? Okay, so here I'll expect this to print out candidate meets basic criteria. Proceed to interview. Alright, so let's make some space, clear out, and then Python script, Python. Candidates meets basic criteria, proceed to the interview. That's what we expected. Right? Now let's see the user authentication example, putting it all together. So let's see what it is. So we will compare input values using if, elif, else, and check both username and password, and return appropriate access messages. So let's visit our Visual Studio Code. Flip over to Visual Studio Code and write another piece of code. So I created another file in Python, userauthx.py, and I will paste the code that is with me. So again, it is a simple script. Input user. So input type is asked. Enter username, and then input another input pass. So enter the password. The user, these are the user. Questions to the user. Enter username. Enter user. Enter password. If input user equals the username, that is admin, and input password equals the password 1234, then login is successful. Else if incorrect password, else unknown user. Okay, so if input user equals the username and input password is not equal to the password, then obviously incorrect password. The third only option will be that the username is incorrect, that is unknown user. Alright, let's see how it works. So again, Python. Enter username. Okay, so I will enter username. The one is going to be admin, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Login successful because username and password both match the condition. Now if I run it again to test the other values, so username, say admin again, and password incorrect password, and the third case is unidentified user unknown. So again, if you run it, enter username, not admin, admin. Intentionally I spelled it wrong. Enter password. Password is whatever, it doesn't matter because if the user is not known, correct or incorrect password doesn't matter. So if I give you the correct password, still unknown user. Alright, that's what we expected. Now let's wrap it up all together. Okay, so Boolean, Python booleans are true and false, uppercase, not lowercase, and truthy and falsy. Remember that 0, none, and empty collections, that is empty list or empty dictionary, that is a pair of curly braces. Empty curly braces are considered false. This is a powerful shortcut. Syntax logic is defined by indentation, not curly braces. Elif is direct equivalent of else if, and operators equals, not equals, and or not are there. Okay, in Python. Now the last slide is a mini challenge with blood pressure classifier. Input is systolic blood pressure. Print normal less than 120, elevated 120 to 129, high is greater than or equal to 130. Okay, so your question is invalid if less than equal to 0, and this is very similar to the negative 0 positive challenge, but framed for a more data oriented scenario. Give it a try in your notebook. Okay.